as Legacy Park Station, and they want to, you have a rendering of the park, Legacy Park Station in front of you, and they just want to, with the artist that's going to do the artwork in the Legacy Park Station, they just want to present their what is it, proposal for the park to us. And at the end of the proposal, I will pass along a sheet. If you have questions or concerns about this proposal, you should write it on this sheet. We will gather this information, or you can blog it on location 19. The reason why I'm asking for it to be done this way is because sometimes in neighborhoods, we're not always looking at the entire picture. And sometimes it's about us. In this room, at this meeting, it is not about us. So you write down what your conversation or what your thoughts are, and we will address those thoughts. The executive committee of the Southwest County Council will address these thoughts, your thoughts. Believe me, we are looking at this presentation. It is for the best of the community to take a look at it and to make our community a better and more valuable place to live. So I'd like to invite Elizabeth Doucette from the Southwest County Council. And please remember that at this presentation, we will adhere to our guiding principles, and they're on the back side of your agenda. If you don't have one, please, I will pass you one, and we will adhere to the County Council ground rules. Are there any questions about adhering to these? Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. Please.
Also, make sure you sign in.
Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to present Legacy Park Station. This has been almost a 2-year journey, I guess, from the inception of it, the conception of it, where we went to the neighborhood association, we went to different block clubs, to different associations and organizations, and it accumulated in getting a $5,000 grant from the Community Design Center, where they made this rendering out of the vision and printed words that we had concerning Legacy Park. And what this park is a tribute to the African Americans who lived in the Plymouth Exchange neighborhood and the Southwest community. Now, with that being said, the gentleman here on my left is Greg Rice, and he is going to be the sculpture for the legacy stars that we will be putting on this parcel. However, right now, I just want to give you a slight overview of what's going on. By the way, you all have a photo of it. And also, everyone got an overview of the Cottage Block Club and who we are. We're a grassroots block club. We believe in bottom up. We don't believe in a hierarchy. We support each other. So if anyone is familiar with that, they know. Now, with that being said, the park will include a time capsule, a legacy star sculpture, an amphitheater, a stage, park benches, and picnic tables. Okay? Thank you. So with that being said, and the pavers are going to be sold as a fundraiser, so everybody can have their name etched on it. So it will be a lasting memory. And they're going to be sold for like $25. So it's reasonable for every family to have a paver. Now, along with that, let's see, we'll leave this out there. As you can see, it's also done in the Liberation Club colors, red, black, and green, which was also included in your packet, just so you know. Now, with that being said, we'll do the other one. Now, this is where Greg comes in. Greg is a sculptor personified, okay? And what happened was we wanted something that was so out of the box, and so the Legacy Stars was created right over the Legacy Wall. And what we're going to do is we have already a Legacy Wall committee. Dolores Radney, Moses Gilbert, and Dr. David Anderson, and a couple other people who will decide who will be part of that Legacy Wall. But in the meantime, Greg, and he's going to explain legacy storage right here, because underneath it, we're going to do a time capsule. And in that time capsule, it will be a collaborative effort of all, from everybody in the community to decide what goes in that time capsule. But now I'm gonna give it to Greg.
Hi, Greg Wright, and like you said, I'm a metal sculptor, so I do
Yes.
all kinds of metal sculpture and all kinds of metal work. And my background is engineering, so I approach all my art through engineering. So when I do a sculpture, I do it through CAD, on a CAD, and then I'm able to build it, so that it fits into the place that we want it to fit into. Because a lot of times we have to have the screws go exactly here, and this has to hang exactly there to make it work. So with these stars here, this is, for me, it's really an intriguing and interesting project because, as you can see, it's posted, it's going to be in one spot. And we want the stars to hang over, just like it would be in the stars. We want the stars to hang, and so we want these to balance and to look like they're suspended or just kind of floating in the air. And the great thing about this is we want to make these stars out of some really substantial steel. One of the things we were talking about doing is making these stars out of like plate, 4-inch plate. And we may not make them that heavy, but we will make them big so that they can be seen from like a long way away. So as soon as you turn down Plymouth Avenue, you should be able to see these stars from a long ways away. And we want them to just be representative of what the community does. And we want you to feel good when you're standing near these sculptures. So hopefully we'll be able to make this sculpture do exactly what you like. Now, I like the idea about the time capsule because sometimes I've done some sculptures, and if we don't know exactly how the star is going to be constructed, but if they were to have, if they were going to be a structure, it's possible. What I've done before, I don't know if it's possible with this, is we had people sign the inside of the metalwork. And so when I closed it up and sealed it up and welded it all solid, you would never see those signatures inside, but you would know that people who wanted to just come by the shop someday, they could sign the inside and there would be forever.
Yes,
It's kind of a nice touch to add to it. So that's just some of the things that I want to do. And so we're still in the process. We're working out the engineering of how this is going to work. But when we're all done, it's going to look just like that.
And let me just say this, which in all your photos that you have in front, there are some white, blocks, building blocks. Those we're calling memory blocks. And those are children's memory blocks. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the children in the neighborhood write down their dreams and ambitions, what they want to become someday, and we're going to put them as plaques on the blocks that they can also climb and play on if they want. And so they can come back in 5 years and 10 years with their children or their husband or wife and say, look, Mommy wanted to be a teacher or a doctor or whatever. So that's already etched on Cottage and Plymouth. So, is our time up?
Yes, your time is up.
Oh, all right, okay. Thank you. So we're here for a letter of support.
Thank you. And so with that said, I have a sheet, I'm gonna pass one out on each side. You have the strengths of this project, and you have weaknesses of this project. If you shall be so inclined to want to present your suggestions, whether they be pro or negative, please do so. We will review them, and we will respond via location 19, and then we will follow through, and we will ask for a vote from our voting members to send a letter of support for the Legacy Park.
There's no opportunity to ask a question?
I'm sorry?
There's no opportunity to ask a question?
Well, there is an opportunity to ask a question, and that opportunity will be on that sheet of paper, and there is a reason for that. I kind of explained it before, but in order to keep down conflict, this is the best way to resolve that.
I just want to know what the overall cost was, that's all.
Oh,
Nothing.
what's the overall
Nothing too
cost?
controversial.
Elizabeth, do you have it?
It's very fluid.
Pardon?
It's very fluid because we're going to do it in phases. And we're going to do it based on the fundraising aspect of it. And we already have pledges, substantial pledges already for some of the amenities on there.
And my other question was, is the property the city property?
We're buying it from the city.
Oh, your Cottage Street?
It's a legal entity that is purchasing the lot.
Thank you, thank you.